Yandy Díaz, a great contract, I believe, for the Tampa Bay Rays. A 3-year, $24 million extension, as first reported by our colleagues Juan Toribio and Mark Feinsand, for Yandy Díaz, who ranked ahead of names like Rafael Devers and Mookie Betts and Carlos Correa in OPS Plus during the 2022 season. And yes, just behind Shohei Ohtani. He was that good for the Rays this past season. So certainly Yandy Díaz, a key member of the Rays position player group, actually their most valuable player among position players last year by wins above replacement. And again, he is a rare player with more than 500 plate appearances who actually had more walks than strikeouts in 2022. So really commands the strike zone exceptionally well. And so when we talk about the Rays and their extensions and the work they've already done, it's not just Yandy Díaz. It's also Pete Fairbanks in the bullpen and Jeffrey Springs in the rotation. Those guys as well, those are already announced extensions. Both Springs, now a member of the starting rotation, and Fairbanks, a key member of the late inning bullpen. You do the quick math there, about $80 million or so that they've spent here on these three contracts for legit star players on their teams. Matt and Tom, I love this stat about how they got these three players. In 3 different trades, they gave up 4 players to get those 3, and only one of the players that they gave up, Nick Solak of the Rangers, even appeared in the major leagues in 2022. So all those players came from other major league organizations. Springs had already actually pitched for both the Rangers and the Red Sox. He had an ERA north of 7 in the pandemic-shortened season, did Springs with the Red Sox in 2020. He comes to the Rays. Now he's a star. It's a remarkable triumph for this organization.
You know, specific to Yandy Díaz, and I'm curious Tom's take on this. The Rays are getting out in front of a guy whose performance could tick up with the new rules. This guy's a pure hitter. It's ironic that, you know, his signature moment in the big leagues was a 2-homer postseason game at Oakland a few years ago. He's not necessarily a home run threat, singles and doubles guy, who now with the shift being legislated could stand to really raise his ceiling this coming year.
Yeah, listen, he's got kind of an old school swing. It's very flat swing. He loves to hit velocity the other way. He's one of the best in the game at that. I'm not sure I would have defended him with a shift anyway in the past, Matt, but I think you're right about the ceiling. And what they're doing here with these guys is they're giving money to players who have not earned the big contracts yet. You know, put the big money, it's in some cases relatively big money. In the game, I'm not sure. But put it on the table to these players, give them some guaranteed money. And what they also do is they make the players more valuable as trade chips, because now you have controlled contracts. These are tradable contracts. I'm not saying this is the reason they're signing him. But for a team like the Rays, you can't get stuck and make a mistake on big contracts, so you're able sometimes to move the contract. And I'm curious whether this indicates some optimism on the Rays' part that their stadium issues, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. There's a lot of talk about developing that area around the Trop. So we all hope that they get it resolved, obviously, but it's good to see the Rays now, I think now with 8 players now on multi-year deals.
Well, I feel like for Yandy Díaz, the way they use him in, you know, matchup advantage situations, this could be a sleepy batting title contender here in 2023 and beyond.